Banter AMA, event starting now. Banter AMA, event starting now.
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to hit you? Okay,
Yes.
hold on.
Oh no.
No, I know a few people that need to know this question or answer. Well, not need to
Right.
know, but want to know.
Okay.
If you win a Quest 3 in here during the weekly giveaways or whatever that you're doing right now,
Yeah.
can you still win a Quest 3 from the Quest website? Sidequest.
That's a great question. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
shit.
generally, if you win through the giveaway on the website, that's kind of external to the stuff that we're doing here in Banter. And if you do
Woo.
happen to be selected at random in that giveaway, then clearly you're lucky as hell if you've already won something too, right?
So you can
yeah,
still
for sure.
win one from the
Yes,
website.
yes,
Shebek just
Okay.
that's right.
All right.
teleported
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
Just give it to me if you win the second one.
All right.
Yeah, just give it to me if you win the second one.
Yeah. So everybody wants you to give it to them if you win the second one. That's the general sentiment
That's
there.
right,
Which,
I
Divine. Give
know,
it to him.
right?
Just
Cheers,
give it to
yeah, that
Divine.
makes sense. Everybody wants a quest. I would love to be able to give everybody a quest. That would be a lot of fun. I would love to be just
That'd be
like
expensive.
Oprah up here, just throwing
You
quests.
get a
You
quest.
get
Babe.
it.
You get
You want
You get a
throw
quest.
under
You get
your
a quest.
seat,
You get a
whatever.
quest.
Go for it.
it under your cushion.
Yeah,
All I got was sand.
like an Irish small-headed Oprah. That's me. But anyway, as I said, any questions you want to ask about me or Banter or SideQuest or anything at all, really. Let's see. I see Ken had his hand up. Maybe Trey, if you don't mind. I realize Ken is
Okay, no
new
problem.
this
No
time.
problem.
Apologies, Ken. Normally you've got to stand up on the front of the beach, but that's fine. And Ken accidentally Spider-Man. So Ken, give us an update on the status of your underpants. Thanks very much. Out of context,
Freshly
too, on the
cleaned.
stream. Oh, beautiful.
Freshly cleaned. I drenched them. I wringed them out in the river there, so I hope you don't mind. Just there
I
might be a
don't.
floater around somewhere, but I've got a question for you. What
Okay.
inspired you to start this game creation journey?
Wow, that's a good question. I could probably waffle on about that for quite a while. Do you know what? I will. Okay, so are you familiar with SideQuest? Is that something you've come across in your journey? Okay, so many years ago, there was a different platform that was kind of like this a little bit, maybe not as zany, not as out there. It was called AltSpace, and yeah, me and a few other people used to hang out on there, and yeah, I was building tools on there that made it possible for people to build their own worlds. Right, my name is Shane, and I built this world builder that I never put a name on, and people just started calling it Shane's Editor. So that's basically what it became known as. And yeah, AltSpace. Well, they were evolving what they were doing at the time, and things weren't going to be able to work the same as they always had. So yeah, I decided to build my own game, right, where I could keep building these kinds of tools. So long story short, that game got submitted to Oculus, got rejected, and then it was the reason that I built Sidequest. And then here we are, kind of having come full circle. A lot of the people in our team here at Banter worked previously at Altspace,
Zellrainer
so
is
we have
now part
literally
of our
come
virtual mischief.
full circle, as well as a number of people in the team who are pretty prominent members of the community back around those times too. So, I mean, I think ultimately, the short answer to your question is there's a load of platforms out there that are kind of riddled with kids, and VR chat is cool, but it doesn't really cater to Quest all that well. So we're trying to fill that niche. And then we've a few other cool bits thrown on top, like the physics and all of that crazy stuff.
Well, you're doing a good job. I just wanted to tell you that. And for
Appreciate
what you've
that.
accomplished with SideQuest, you should be proud of yourself, man. Honestly, it's opened up a whole new fucking market for developers, especially indie developers, to get their games out. And there's a lot of stuff from Joyway, like when they let out the game Red Flowers. I'm sure you remember that one. I covered that on a few of my videos, and I quite enjoyed just trying out the new content, new videos, the new games, that were available on SideQuest. It's quite easy to install, and it's readily available for everyone that has a Quest. And I highly recommend it anybody that's not used it to actually use it. Anyway, I'm going to have a seat now.
Okay, I swear to God, that wasn't a plant, you guys. That was totally on him. That this was not a plant. I did not set this situation up. I promise. Oh God, how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing good? Yeah,
I'm wonderful.
nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
just some
Trey.
random
My
guy from
apologies.
Scotland.
Okay.
Nice.
So I
More
know
than
I don't
welcome.
ask this question 1,000 times, but are we gonna see the side on the are you gonna see the SDK 2 before the end of the year?
SDK 2 before. No, we've had a slight pivot. We're now gonna. It's 3 years, 36 months. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you for answering my question now.
It's about under promising and over delivering, right? We're going to say to you right now today, great, happy days, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. Then we deliver it next week. You're delighted. That's what it's about, Trey. We've got to keep you on the edge of your seat. But here,
You'll have
let's
GTA 6 to keep you occupied until then.
yeah. I'll tell you one thing, Trey. The last biggest hurdle that we've been working towards has mostly been solved. Just today, in fact, we were working on testing out some of the new visual scripting stuff, which I think you're probably going to find pretty interesting, right? Because it's kind of no code way that's built into Unity that you can build your worlds and make them do cool things, right? So we're now walking that path and starting to figure out all of the all of the bells and whistles that we need with that. But honestly, we're way over the hump, and most of the hardest problems have been solved. And we were already in some worlds today that are powered by visual scripting and have visual scripting running in them. So that was the last big ticket item that we needed. Apart from some polish here and there, we're going to be giving the SDK to some people, I would say. But, well, you know what? I'll be honest. Full disclosure, for the first time in a couple of years, I'm going to take some time off in about a week. I'm going to go on a little bit of a holiday. Myself and Bob, in fact, we're going to head off for a little bit of a getaway for a little bit of time. So the hope there, and another friend of mine. Yeah, that's right. We're going all out. But yeah, oh, you said it. But so the plan will probably be that we launch it as soon as I get back, right? Or we start to share it with some closed creators as soon as I get back with a wider launch soon after that with a whole game, hopefully a whole polished game, like as a sample, as a template that you can play.
And did I hear you say that it's gonna be some kind of integration for Blender?
Yeah, we were talking about an integration with Blender, but that's more on the avatar side of things than it is on
Oh,
the.
that's more the avatar. Okay,
That's right. Yeah, exactly,
gotcha. Okay,
exactly.
thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah,
Firebee has joined
yeah,
the
no problem at
space.
all. Yeah, go ahead, Divine.
How do you feel about your hand being bigger than your head?
I love it. Apparently, that's some sort. You're supposed to. I remember when I was a kid, a lot of people would say, if your hand is bigger than your head, then there's something wrong with you, and then they would just slap your hand against your head, and that's what's always happened to me all my life, and that's why my head is like this. It's slowly but surely just condensed down into, a small packet, I guess. But yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate
You
that,
know
Divine.
that people say about big hands.
What did they
Who is
say,
Cyrus
Andre?
is here?
I can say that maybe
Big
are
fingernails.
Big
Oh,
gloves.
big hands, big gloves. That's right.
They need big gloves. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Big hands, big gloves.
yeah.
Big hands.
Nice
big
one.
That people say about.
Big hands, big heads, or small heads,
pop.
or I don't know. Who cares? Oh, so I've been teasing a new event coming soon, and while we don't have anybody standing up looking to ask me a question, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So for some of you that may not know, I'm sure a lot of you do. But we've started some really interesting work on the character controller as a starting point. I'm not 100% sure exactly how far we're going to get yet, but the work that we've started is really exciting. The reason that it's really exciting is because we've brought in some talent that previously worked on AAA games to help us make our physics that we've got today a whole lot better, right? So if any of you guys enjoy the physics, it's about to get even better than it is. And yeah, I've teased that we're going to be running some events where this person who, if anybody is familiar with them, they go under the brand of Nimso, and they've built such games as Sonic VR, and there was Mario 64 on desktop, right? That was a very popular project of theirs. But most notably, Assassin's Creed Nexus on the Quest Store, right? They were responsible for the character controller in that game. They built that from scratch, right? So I've been talking to them internally, and they're up for doing a regular event. I'm not exactly sure on what the cadence will be yet, or when is the right time to kind of start that. But we hope to basically keep you guys in the loop as we build out this new physics-based character controller for Banter, and then as we go on further on into that. The actual avatar system that will sit on top of that as well, right? If you can imagine the physics system as one layer, and then the actual visible part of yourself, right? The cosmetic part of yourself as another layer. But building both out basically together, overhauling them one after another, gives us a really great opportunity to kind of I guess address a lot of problems, a lot of issues that we've had, give us a lot of ways to try and make things better, with the experience that we've had over the last year and a half building Banter. But anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute after I let Divine ask a question. Go ahead, Divine.
So that's coming after the SDK, right? The avatar
Yes.
thing. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. That's all.
that's
I
right.
had to ask.
It's probably going to be an ongoing thing, actually, that we'll be working on for quite a while. My hope is that we'll certainly have something out. We're hoping to have some functional tests, in fact, in the wild, even before this is widely available. We're kind of interested to engage, you guys and get your feedback on it and try and build something that's cool rather than try and just drop something on you in several months' time that's a complete change. We'd rather sort of get you involved in it, right? So the hope is we might have some prototypes in game. Maybe we might have some like NPC kind of characters you can drag and push around to get a sense of how they might behave. But we're also hoping to have a prototype where you can maybe swap between the current character control system and the new one, and do that sort of maybe within certain spaces, or possibly do that within the build as we go. So yeah, my research team hopefully will be in here and will be interested in working with anybody who wants to give any kind of feedback on that, if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in and passionate about, right? So anybody that likes these kinds of physics systems, that's into games like Bone Lab and Boneworks, I'm sure you're going to have loads of thoughts on ways that we can improve it. And we've got loads of ideas ourselves internally, right? We want to try and make it fun, make it interesting, make it so you can do lots of cool things with it. But also, we'd like to be able to have some things be a little bit easier. Clambering up over an edge, maybe, for instance, could be a bit easier. Right now, we're actually exploring two different methods when it comes to the locomotion. One of them involving, the ball that spins around at your feet. That's what we've got currently. That's how the guest avatar works, if you can imagine, right? That's literally how all of our locomotion works, is that little ball
That's how Bone Lab's
rolling around.
avatar works as well.
Use the spin.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. In fact, a lot of games, I believe, are using a similar system to that. But we're also exploring another system that is, we've been calling it internally the floaty system, which is where we're using opposite forces to sort of push you upwards, and at the same time simulating friction so that we can kind of make it feel like you're on the ground and being affected by it, but without necessarily having to have this big awkward ball that sometimes gets in the way. Is basically what we're doing there, or what we're trying to explore. But in all honesty, we're still in that sort of research and testing phase, and that's why, like I say, we're building out multiple versions of this at once to get a sense of what can work best, what feels the best, the most natural, the most comfortable, and gives you the most kind of flexibility in terms of movement and interaction and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, suffice it to say, what we're aiming to build here should hopefully be AAA quality when it comes to character controllers and avatars, right? Two very important areas, especially here on Banter, but pretty much important areas, I think, in most games. But yeah, for anyone who's joining us late, welcome. Also, can't believe you joined us late. You're dead to me. Don't ever come back. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, this is Banter-AMA, Banter-AMA, as I like to call it. And yeah, we do this once a week. You can line up on the beach. I'll answer any question you like about pretty much anything, right? Honestly, it often gets pretty off topic. And sometimes people come up, oh, Cyrus, it looked like you had a question there. I've gone and megaphoned you. Go right ahead, Cyrus. I just saw you slightly move down the beach, unassisted.
Divine was pushing me.
Nobody else pushed you,
No,
Cyrus. Nobody
nope,
saw that. Come on,
nope.
everybody, come
I seen
together.
it.
Gaslight
I seen it.
Cyrus.
I'm
Let's
actually
go.
paying attention.
That was so
Nope.
you.
Nobody. There's two divines, and I have two eyeballs, and I had one on
this
each
one.
divine.
Yeah, this
I
one
saw
pushed
them.
me though.
I knew where they were.
Yeah, but this one pushed me.
Couldn't
This one hiding
couldn't
right here.
have.
This one.
Couldn't have,
This one.
Cyrus.
Right there. Yep. See that one. The one that's moving.
Okay, I believe you. Well, look, before I unmegaphone you, tell me, Cyrus, what do you treasure?
This community.
There you go. Boom. So once again, guys,
Ooh, baby.
that is not a plant. Not a plant. That's what we all need to remember here tonight. None of the people that have come here tonight have been planted here tonight.
I'm
But
not a stage actor, I promise you.
yeah,
I
although he's
you're on
very
a whim. I
talented.
didn't even know there was an event.
Yeah, events all the time.
Even-
Loads more
Hold on,
coming
what
too.
is this place? Shane,
Right?
explain to us what this event is.
I don't know, some weird guy with a misshapen head up on stage
for sure.
being weird. Also, the shoes, you can't really see them. Maybe if I can get my feet up there, but my feet are weird, like kind of
I
clubbed.
look like
Like
licorice,
I've got
bro.
problems.
Licorice
But
feet.
yeah,
Spider-Man.
but I'm
But,
happy about it,
Yeah,
right?
like Bertie
I'll
Bassett
actually
feet.
ask a question. I got you.
I have this T-shirt, right? In real life, I have this T-shirt and this hat. Actually, I think I have this hat somewhere still.
Yes.
What does it say
I
on
have
it?
that
Hat's
hat.
easy to replace. It says, "I went outside once, but the graphics weren't that good."
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think Cyrus was wanting to say something.
Oh, Cyrus, sorry, I was ignoring you there.
Oh, no, you're all good.
What can I do you for?
Yeah, so with this new update, what capabilities do you think game making will change?
Pretty much everything, right? Everything and anything. I mean, as it stands right now, there's sort of two ways to build things. You've got a very small number of like little utility scripts that you can use in Unity and link a few things together. It's very basic. And then you've got building with A-frame, right, which is what most people do. It involves HTML, and honestly, it's pretty cool. You can do a lot of stuff in there, but a lot of people who are familiar with Unity aren't. Oh, I see Rabbit is lined up for a question after you there. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, they found that pretty daunting to jump in and look at HTML whenever you're familiar with Unity. So, we're starting a bit of a train here. This is great. Yeah,
You're
so
welcome.
the new system, the best thing about it is that there's going to be like a supercharged way to build the games, and you don't have to know code because we've got this visual scripting graph where it's just plugging things in. And it's super powerful because it's built by Unity. It's integrated into Unity. They build games with it. People build games with it. There's actually a number of notable games built with this tool, so it's definitely capable. And then, yeah, the other side of it is that the other side of it really is that we'll be able to add whatever we want very easily to this new SDK. So anything that people want us to do, it becomes super trivial for us to get that in.
Narrow magenta
So-
has glitched
Learned
into the
coding for nothing.
matrix.
I'm kidding.
Well, we're all in that boat right now, aren't we? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, I heard it. He admitted it. That was an admission of guilt. Get him, guys! Everybody, let's go. The whole event.
Come on, take him
He's right
down.
Oh no,
Right here.
get him! Bye bye. Oh
Get
shit,
out
that
of
was the
here.
wrong one. Oh, somebody else got him. Somebody else got him.
Narrow magenta, I got him. Good job, everybody.
I thought I kicked the wrong person. Oh my bad. Yeah, we also electrocute kids around here. That's another thing.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, I mean, the truth is, like I say, it's going to be so easy to add things. The new SDK is going to be open source. Technically, people can just add their own code in, submit it, and we can approve it and put it into the
NDAN is
SDK,
too
right? So
late.
that's what can you build with it? Pretty much bloody anything that you could ever want.
Yeah, and I mean the community around here is very talented.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true. You take some good tools and put it together with a talented community, and then magical things can happen. Even more than the magical things that we've made happen here already.
Plus, I love how community centric this game is compared to like other games.
yeah, that's
Oh yeah, what games? Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
name and shame here. Come on, tell us.
What's,
Which
Uh,
ones
what do you
suck?
mean by community centric? What does that mean?
Oh,
I'm smooth
community
brain.
centric.
Good
So
question.
basically, where we all come together to help each
community-based.
other out instead of just being left out on our own without any resources.
Sarumi just
Yeah, I'll
dropped
agree
in from
with you
another
there.
dimension.
So Rumi.
Horizon.
For
What?
example, VR chat.
Who said
Oh, Horizon. Horizon.
that? Wait, who said that?
Horizon sucks ass.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, clearly we're here to solve problems we think all these other platforms aren't solving, right? So thank you for that, Cyrus. I appreciate that. After I put you on the spot before and then You came back kicking and screaming. Go ahead, Bailey. What can I do you for?
No, I don't know about anybody else, but I would love to be branding some IRL merch. Will that ever be a thing?
There
It-
is
that's a great
IRL
question.
Banter merch and Sidequest merch.
There is.
You just have
There
to
is.
log
We
in.
have we have Christmas jumpers in July,
Oh,
of course.
God.
It's an annual tradition.
As
Christmas
always.
jumpers in July.
Yeah.
That sounds
Legit.
like a British
Some of the
thing.
some of the most amazing Christmas jumpers. It's basically, if you imagine like a 360 photo of the winter sport resort, right? If you've ever been to that space near, unbelievable.
snowman?
Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the snowman is like right here on your stomach, and he's just projecting that butthole out into the universe. So
Yeah.
it's a great conversation starter for whatever Christmas events.
I'll
Aside
wear
from
it.
that, yeah, we do loads of merch. We do loads and loads of merch. In fact, stay tuned because maybe we might have some merch on the horizon soon with some stuff that we're working on. I won't say any more than that.
Stay tuned for Banter giveaways.
Shitty ass snowman. and that.
Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? Thanks for that, Bailey. Go ahead, Ken. What can I do you for?
I don't think we have a camera feature yet. So, are we going to get an in-game camera feature?
Where's the camera? Has
Do we
anyone
have
seen
a
it?
camera feature? Or am I being a dumbass?
There you go.
Uh,
You want it?
A camera feature. Oh, aye. Selfie. Oh, aye. Oh, hello there. Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I quite like this. Aye. How did you get this? Where did you get this from?
Somebody left it over
Your
here
prison
somewhere.
pocket.
And then... Yeah. It's just sitting over
Yeah.
here. Hidden.
He got it
It's over
from
there.
his prison
There's
pocket,
only one.
ladies and gentlemen.
We all have to share
There's
it.
a floating.
There's
It's
only
got a
one.
strange smell to it.
Decided to join us
It
in
Got a
does have a
strange
strange
smell at the
smell to
end
it.
of that bit. Be
It
careful.
wasn't
Joe, it's
me.
funny.
dear.
It's funny is that smell is probably just you.
Captain
that's okay.
DAN
That's
decided
just
to
what
join
life
us
is.
in the
No,
situation.
you guys
Hey,
stuck in the
I
ground.
cleaned
Look
myself
out
off
for
in
you.
the river. I told you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But, you know,
Here you go. Here's your camera back.
Right.
no,
Keep
that's a
walking
great
Thank you
that's a
very
great
much, man.
question, actually, Ken. What you're looking at there is a prototype selfie cam that we've been playing with. It's in a number of spaces, but very soon we're about to launch a new menu system, and with
So we'll have
that,
a wee
we're
shot.
likely going to add that camera to the menu.
I
I
want to
would
see
say.
myself.
Aye, that's
So,
cool. I like
you'll be
it.
able to
It's
get it
it's
from
got a
anywhere.
good float to it. You know, makes me feel like I'm part of NASA.
Hey,
Nice. Yeah, loads of cool
Ooh.
features. You can change it to portrait mode, or turn on the flash, or flip to the rear-facing camera, or stretch out the selfie stick. Loads of cool things. No code,
I like
actually.
it.
That was
Good
made
job. I like it. I'm looking forward
With,
to
but
it. Full of
yeah,
surprises
might,
tonight, my friend.
I got
yeah.
a question, Shane. Also, it's about hosting with
No.
SideQuest. So, does the world have to be featured to host with SideQuest? Because I'm just
No,
curious.
no.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be featured. You can host with SideQuest, regardless.
Okay, because I just had I don't know what I did wrong, but I hosted one of my worlds with SideQuest, and then all of a sudden it
Sorry.
wouldn't load. So I switched it back to glitch, and then it loaded. So is
Gotcha.
it documentation on the hosting with SideQuest on how to do it so I can make sure I'm doing everything right? Or
There is actually. There's a couple of videos floating around on the Discord. I know that Lunar
okay,
on the team made one, and I know that DeadZ made one. So there's a
okay,
few there to talk you through the process. But truthfully, fairly soon you're going to have your hands on the new SDK, and it has this great feature now that it can just upload your world for you when it builds it.
oh,
Right, so
that'd
you
be
don't ever have
awesome.
to.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's two little buttons in there. There's a button that says upload the asset bundles. Those are the big files, and then there's another bundle that will upload your HTML file, and it does it all for you. And yeah, for those of you that don't like HTML, we've managed to make it so you can put like it's something like 12 characters, one line into the file, and that's all you need to load up an asset bundle. And once you've got an asset bundle loaded from there, you can use visual scripting, right? So we've really gone the extra mile for those that don't like it. Oh, Barry. Oh, he's very interested. I like this, by the way. Forced lining up. Can we do this from now on? People don't ask questions. Force them into the
Very,
queue,
very
whether they like
nice.
it or not. And then we'll all just oh, Oh, are you good, Trey? Oh, Berry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm
What have
sorry.
we got for us, Berry? Go ahead. Your
Cold
megaphone
feet.
to the room. You're live to every instance right now. You're live to all of the watchers at home, all of the viewers. They are on board. Tell us,
All the
what do
stalkers.
you treasure?
Hola, Escobar.
Am I online?
You're online.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is
I
the information
treasured the
superhighway.
I treasured that this morning I wanted to watch a movie from 1971, and Zell asked me if I wanted to watch a movie, and we watched a 2-hour movie together, and it was the most wonderful experience. So thank you,
nice.
Banter.
What was the
nice.
movie called?
Chinatown with Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
Huh.
Nice. How did you watch
good
it?
film.
Was it on YouTube?
In a World.
Oh,
Was
that's
that before
enough said.
Cuckoo's Nest?
Enough said. I hear you.
I don't
Loud and
know.
clear.
I was just an unwilling participant.
I see. I understand. Not my fault this is happening. I hear you.
No. So anyway, it was wonderful because I was thinking about the movie last night, and lo and behold, she wanted to watch a movie, and we watched it together. So it was fun.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Nice. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
So what's
That's
the question?
brilliant. The question was, what do you treasure? And I think that was it,
Oh,
right? That was the answer. Movies with friends in VR.
what about you, Shane? What do you treasure most in life?
I treasure slightly
Time off.
smaller than normal heads. That's what I treasure. I give preference to those with, but also, I like to go the other way too. I like people with slightly enlarged heads. I go for that. I wasn't immediately on board, but very, it's come around. I've come around to it. Slightly enlarged head.
Right.
It's kind of cool. It's maybe
Nah.
one of these days
Nah.
I'll just surprise you all and land in here with a head that's 3 times this size. What are you going to do
It's a
then?
massive balloon head.
Just for one day,
What-
just to
what's
freak
worse?
you out.
So what's worse then, Shane? What's worse? Having an abnormally huge head or having an abnormally small head? What would you rather have?
I like the small head, right? Because it puts across that I'm not full of it. So for me,
Ah.
the small head suits me, suits my personality, right? I want to be approachable, and I feel like a smaller head is approachable. Also, it's dense.
Right.
It's part of why it's smaller. It's because it's denser.
You don't want to go around saying that your head's dense to people.
That's
It's
true.
not a good
That's true.
conversation starter.
Well, I'm already down the road at this point. Do you know what I mean? I may as well lean into it. Oh, what
Right,
madness have you got for us, Cyrus?
I have an abnormally long head. If that counts.
Elongated. That's interesting.
Yeah, see, my
Oh.
head starts here and then it goes all the way.
Wow, I see. Right.
I have like
Well,
that
that's
Phineas
interesting.
and Ferb head. I have the triangle underneath this mask.
That's amazing.
Very.
Anything more to tell us about? Oh, that's it. You're done. You're nothing else to tell us about your head's shape or size?
You got any questions?
Yeah, I do. Tell me about
Alright.
some of the challenges that it presents to have such a shaped head.
I mean, I'm kind of like one of those
What's it
gelatin
like to
things,
eat?
so like my head can fit into like every shape.
What if Bees has
Oh,
joined?
like a cat
Quick,
in a box.
hide your avatars.
Nobody knows
That what
if
we're
the
talking about?
cat is alive or not in the box.
I'm kind of like Flubber, in a way.
Flubber. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Well, I'm just gonna
That's a good.
take you on your word there and pretend like that's serious. I completely believe you.
Triffid just
I mean,
dropped in
you can
from
see I'm
another
already
dimension.
green. Close enough, right?
That's true, right? And it's not all about just because you smoke a lot of weed. It's not all about that. It's just a bit about that. Not all, right? Cyrus is a complex individual, ladies and gentlemen. He is both flubber and cannabis at the same time. Although it might not even be cannabis, right? That might be me. I could be projecting. Ooh, shit.
Shane
Oh,
told
no.
on himself, guys.
I was going to ask him, but I wasn't going to ask him. You know.
Someone you don't know has entered the
Oh,
simulation.
divine. Save us.
Got a
What have you
gas
got here?
mask going on.
Change the subject.
I was kind of forced down here.
I see.
Nah.
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
Go down there.
Nah, lies.
Go on.
So I have a question.
Right.
What do you do when you get
Yeah.
bats in the cave? You know, with your
Oh.
big hands, your
Bats in
small
the
nose.
cave.
Batman.
Oh, that's a great one. That is a great one. Well, thankfully, a number of years ago, I had an absolutely amazing cocaine addiction. So
Oh God.
the whole center of my nose is just gone. So I can just slam these sausages straight up there and go to town.
Party boy, you okay?
So, yeah. Thanks for your concern, though.
Crazy.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Trey, what have you got for us? Trey's going to bring us back down to earth here. Let's go. Serious
Right.
question time.
So on the
Cocaine.
Discord, I noticed there's an ideas section, but is that only voice only or what? Like, or is that voice? I'm just confused because I think it used to be a feature requests channel, but I don't see that anymore.
I think there was a separation between maybe avatars and spaces, and I think we kind of amalgamated them all into one. But I think the ideas is pretty much the feature requests, right? We've got ideas, support, and is there one other one I can't think of right now?
Because I don't see where I'm on the ideas, but I don't see where to type it. Like, there's nowhere to type it on the ideas.
There should be like a new post up at the top, right? Up near the top right somewhere. You should be able to hit new post there.
I see new post. Okay, I see new post. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So that's where I can jot down my ideas and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
And
thank you.
feel free to completely brain dump in there anytime you like. It's honestly great. It always is. It's always going to get my attention, right? That's
Okay.
that's our little repository of feedback to be able to kind of tap into and pull together, along with a lot of other feedback that we're getting from different areas. So I really encourage you to brain dump in there because it will have meaningful impact on the evolution of the game.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mr. Dildo, I can hear you munching.
Thank you, Trey. I appreciate that.
Cocaine is cool, but chips
So-
are not.
Here's a segment that I like to do from time to time where I just call on somebody at
Alright.
random. Sorry, Cyrus. I'll get to you in just a hot second. But
Oh no,
sometimes
I was gonna tell you.
sometimes we'll
do
just
that.
call on people at random and get a hot take. So Sarumi, what do you treasure?
Oh no. Every time.
What do you treasure? Also, you were late. You were
I-
late.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I was having something.
No,
to eat.
it's cool. You're here for
I-
Yunji after this. I get it.
Yes. I treasure my freedom, and I treasure hanging in hammocks in the woods, and I treasure eating food with friends
Wow.
on
Okay,
picnic
leave some for
lunches
the rest
in
of us.
forests. I had
Those
a-
are great
yeah.
answers. Those are all
Thank
really
you.
great answers. And I think, yeah, I'd say a lot of people treasure those things. But that's great. Sorry, go ahead. Cyrus, where are you gone? Where are you, Cyrus? Get back here. Oh, there you are. Were you right there in front of me this whole time? Oh, no. Go ahead.
He's losing it.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to tell you to do
It's low
the
lighting.
exact thing. Shane, I was about to tell you to do the exact thing. I was going to be like, just choose someone random in the room and ask them a question.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Well, I guess let's do it again. Captain Dan, how you doing? I have a question
I'm
for you.
doing
Captain
great.
Dan.
Sure.
Why haven't you accepted my friend request? Being coy over
You know, the
there.
last time I did that
Join the
with
space.
a leader
Now
in one of
everyone
these
act
groups,
like
it
a
didn't
human.
work out so well. No, I'm kidding. I just you're a lot you're a lot. It was one of those other ones that we're naming and shaming. No, you're a liar. You're a bold-faced liar. I don't have any friend requests. I would love one.
Oh no, I can see it right here. Do you know what? I'm gonna let's see.
Oh
I'm gonna
no,
take
don't
a
screen share it. Oh my gosh.
picture of that. I'm gonna upload it
Yeah.
to the event snaps right now. You're being
My
called out, sir.
bad.
Uh,
Is that on MySpace? You're sending me one? MySpace?
yeah, that's right.
No.
All right, good. MySpace.
Well, no,
Got
if it was MySpace, you wouldn't have to accept, right? Because that'd already be your friend. That's how MySpace
Oh, that's
worked,
true.
right?
Yeah, like
Go
Todd
from
or
Tinder.
Tom.
Tom, that's right. Good old Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate that. Thank you. And you still haven't accepted my friend request, but that's okay. Go ahead, Ken. What have you got for us?
Right, let's just say hypothetically, right, you got the death sentence and you had to get a last meal. What would be your last meal request?
Oh, was this popular
just planning for the
recently in
future.
in like social media or something?
It was.
Was this a thing
Nah,
recently?
nah. My son's here with me, and he said ask him what his favorite food is, but I just decided to make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay, right. Well, here's my answer, and you can take it or leave it.
Mental
But I would
germ
take
is
an
here.
all-you-can motherfucking eat buffet, and I would just keep going. Right, last meal,
So
schmast. I would just all-you-can-eat cheesecake and loads of things. I don't know, whatever.
So
It
you'll
doesn't matter.
die of
Just keep going.
consumption.
Consumption.
Die of
That's right.
consumption.
Nobody's died of consumption. Well, I mean they have, right? But this hasn't
It
been
just
reported
dies
as
of
such since the
consumption.
1700s. But I'll go out. I'll go out.
Here lies
happy.
Shane, overdosed on bacon.
Yes, here, literally cream is coming out of every orifice. It's gonna be great.
That sounds like a really fucked up video.
Yeah. Well, get ready for it.
Anyway, I'm going to take a seat before it gets even more X-rated.
Well, say thanks to your son for the crazy question.
He said thanks very much for the question.
Father and son effort.
he's happy now.
Nice. Okay, let's see. Who do we want to pick on next? Let's see. Who do we want to? I heard Static. What were you saying there, Static? Go on, tell us a story that you think kind of sounds like what AI would sound like if it was telling us a story, but make it more human than that, but also make it sound like it's AI, and then make it good.
Okay, so once upon a time, there was a guy named Shane standing on a stage. The end.
Oh, that's okay.
That sucked.
That's not bad.
Oh, come on.
It's got to start.
It's pretty good, man. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Half a star.
I mean,
That was a dead ass.
that's
J.K. Rowling.
that's efficient.
We get
High
keep
quality.
it rolling.
J.K. Rowling 2.0.
This should be the beginning, not the end.
Thank you for that. The beautiful. The words were amazing, Static. Honestly, I will.
Win an award.
You will win an award for that. You will definitely win an award.
Excellent.
In fact, here you go. Here's the award of. I don't know. Trey, go ahead.
So I got a question. So if I upload a world like now, when the new SDK comes out, will it have any kind of like effect on that my world that I previously uploaded before the SDK? It's not okay.
No, it should be good. Yeah, everything should
Okay.
stay the same as it is. In fact, the new SDK is technically already out. I've been saying this for a while, but the SDK is built into the game, and it's also a Unity plugin. The built into the game part is already here. We've had it out for weeks. The Unity plugin is the last bit that's coming. So the world you upload today is already using the new SDK.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's what I was
Yeah, no
worried
problem.
about. Okay.
Yeah, it means that should be pretty straightforward to keep things the same. Go ahead, Divine. What have you got for us?
This might be too personal, but I asked my son, what
no.
did he want me to ask you?
Oh no.
And he's into games. and being
Okay.
a game maker. He's always downloading games like where you can make games and stuff. He wants to know how much money you can make doing it.
How much money you can make making games?
Yeah, that's what he wants to know.
0 or
That's a
millions.
Mind you,
That's a
he's
really good
10 years
question.
old. Well, soon will be.
So, well, obviously, there's a broad range of careers within game development, right? But I think I don't know. A typical
Depends how you
game
set your game
developer,
is.
yeah, a typical game developer surprisingly doesn't earn as much as, let's say, an engineer in some other industries. Mostly, I think, because people just really want to be like, it's a really popular, career path is to be a games developer. But the truth is, most games, it involves quite a lot of paying forward, quite a lot of work up front, and then years later, after hopefully a successful launch, you get all of that back. So it depends on, I guess, the deal that you're striking with the studio. Maybe you have a percentage in a vested interest in the returns on the game, and therefore you could see quite a lot of money depending on what it is. Now, then there's also starting your own studio, right? Being your own kind of game developer, building something yourself. In that case, you're going to take all of the reward, and that's often a very good, a very common path for people, right? There's a lot of what you call indie developers, right, which is usually one-man bands. They're just doing it themselves, often just making cool things, and it turns out to be something they can make a career out of. So, yeah, game development is a lot of fun. It's beyond engineering, there's loads of design and production and all sorts of roles in there too, beyond just engineering, right? But I guess I'm an engineer, so that's kind of how I view the world. And how much exactly?
All right.
$1 million.
He said $1 million, AJ. I had to change my audio so he could hear you. He was like, cool. And then he goes, I want to download that, talking about this game. I'm like, nope, 3 more years.
Nice. Appreciate it. Okay, Bailey, how you doing? What can I do you for?
What is your life story?
Life story. Whoa. We've only got
I make
13 minutes until life story.
You haven't done
Well,
autobiography yet?
No, he's not released it.
Let's see. Born in Ireland, grew up in Ireland. Ireland is a tiny country, tiny population, can't really support its own infrastructure. That's how little people there are in the country, right? Famously, lots of us left hundreds of years ago to get away from all sorts of things. But yeah, I lived in the southeast of Ireland, and at a point I lived in Northern Ireland, in Belfast. If anybody's familiar with that, I'm sure most of you are. I've seen some fucked up shit in that town, everything you could imagine. Then I managed to get out of Belfast and moved to Spain. There was a brief opening in the middle of COVID there, where flights were allowed again, and it was all reasonable. And we sold our house as fast as we possibly could and moved over to Spain to get a hell away from the rain, honestly, more than anything else.
Yeah.
So I've now been in Spain for nearly 3 years.
Oh wow.
I don't speak the language as well as I should because I'm a complete workaholic and we live kind of rurally and I don't get to talk to anybody enough or be able to practice anything, but I can just about amble my way through my daily shopping. Is that quick enough?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Bailey.
Clap, 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 clap.
Captain Dan, go for us.
This question is addressed to the big deity Shane.
Okay.
I'm staring here looking up at the stars, and I'm looking at the shooting stars, and it reminded me of the asteroids. So I want to ask you, if you had to think of another mass extinction event, similar to like how the asteroid killed the dinosaurs, what would be the next one that would take care of the humans?
Cow
boy.
farts.
The Wi-Fi going off.
It could be anything, tech related,
Yes.
big bomb, pollution.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we ignite our atmosphere.
Ignite our atmosphere. Okay. Good to know.
With the electricity going
Instant
out forever.
burn off.
No, it's the electricity
Yeah, man, it's a
bill.
solar
Wow,
flare.
that sounds terrible.
Solar flare. EMP
Go ahead, Trey.
from
So,
China.
do you think we can get hotspots? Like in spatial, how they have hotspots that you can put on, so you can actually. I know we can crouch, but like it'll be like
Oh,
we
like
can have like
seats?
hotspots. Yes, yes,
You want to be able to sit?
yes. Not
And you don't like
crouch,
this?
but
You don't like the
sit.
way I'm
I
looking
don't like
now, or I'm trying
crouching. I don't like
like I'm
crouching.
pooping?
Man.
Comes
Man.
No,
I'm like I'm
I
pooping a
always
little bit.
sit because
Maybe you should
people
always
are
just
really-
sit kind of like this and just turn around to look at people, kind of like you're going to the toilet and they're just
Yeah,
burst in on you.
I cut that
Is that
crouching.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are working on seats. Absolutely.
Okay.
Something we
Okay.
were talking about actually is part of the new character controller that we're building, because it's probably going to have some input on it. But yeah, seats
Oh.
completely. In fact, what we want to have is that you can have multiple people together inside a vehicle, all just roaming around, up to no good, having a load of fun,
Hmm.
whatever, and then jump into a plane, and then things really rip the lid off of it, and then you're flying around, and then you crash the plane. Doesn't matter.
Oh
Yeah, in a
wow.
nutshell, we want people to be able to sit in seats, sit in them together, and those seats can be attached to other things as well. We call it the piloting system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
There is
Thank
actually a
you.
basic version of that already available, and
Oh,
it's
really?
kind of funky. It's kind of weird. Yeah, there's let's see. I don't know. Is he here in his text? No. Yeah, people have made some crazy things. Like there was one space that was actually very similar to this space that just had a cube up there that would rotate, and you would click the cube, and then you would rotate the cube, and you would rotate with the cube when it rotated, and then you click the cube again, and then it would leave you rotated. So then you were basically sideways, and you stayed sideways forever. You go to another world, still sideways. You go somewhere else, sideways.
Wow.
Yeah, sideways
Wow.
anytime you want.
Okay.
People used to come in here and get their sideways kicks off, get their rocks off by flipping that cube. We actually had a problem. We had to come in here and start hunting people out because they were all enjoying it too much. You can't enjoy
Oh
something like that
wow.
without there being something weird going on. And yeah, I mean, it's normally quite nauseating for people to be flipped upside down like that, but these guys, they loved it. They loved it. Does that answer your
Oh.
question, Trey?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
No
It
problem.
does. Thank you.
I kind of forgot there mid-run whether it actually answered the question or not. So yes, Divine, what can I do you for?
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I am the youngest of four, all boys.
Same.
I'm the youngest of three.
I'm the
All
youngest.
boys?
All boys. We were a torture. It's exactly as you would imagine. And I was the youngest, so I was the worst and the best.
Poor mother.
Yep, that's right. And we were all taller than her from like the age of maybe 9 or something. She was 5 foot nothing. The rest of us were like 6'4" by the age of 9. So
Goodness.
it was tough. Go ahead, Bailey. What do you got for me?
What was your first ever game that you ever played completely?
First ever game that I ever played. Jesus.
You can't think back.
Oh, I
that
don't know
far?
if I can
include
remember
board
the
games?
name of it.
No, computer games.
He just said.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I honestly can't remember the name.
Tanks.
It was some sort of
Pong.
it was some sort of top-down role-playing game on something like the Commodore 64 or the Amiga or something like that. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was. It was honestly some sort of weird. It was a multiplayer RPG where you go through and it's kind of like what you expect. It was medieval, I think, was really what it was all about. I cannot remember the name of it, but that was probably the first. Oh, maybe not actually. Same console, Commodore 64. I spent 3 days typing out all this mad code. I didn't know what the hell any of it meant. I was typing it out of a book into this thing, and then I pressed a button and a ball went up and down. That was my first one.
Nice.
Awesome.
This is how I
Mine
learned
was Space
coding.
Invaders.
Yeah, nice, nice, awesome. Well, we've only got a little bit of time left, but yeah, in 5 minutes, Ungiverse in concert, ladies and gentlemen. Ungiverse in concert is a very popular event. People are yeah, very excited to check that out. So if you haven't seen that before, I
Oh,
highly recommend that you do. But yeah, go ahead, Divine. What have you got for us?
So I want to change my rope colors to red and black. Can I do that one day?
Yep, one day,
One day?
one day,
You
maybe.
know, I do got a blue color. It is pretty, but I want the red
You
and
want the
black.
green? That's what you want.
The green
Look
is
at that
really nice
green.
too. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I like
baby.
your green.
Give it.
Look at it. It's
It's my
huge. How
color.
close can I get it to
It's
the
my
camera? Oh
color.
my god, you guys. Is that as close?
Everybody
Is that
shoot
doing
your
the same
ropes.
thing? Oh,
Do
somebody
it.
hit my hand. Nice.
That was me.
Oh
Oh no,
God,
I
you got
fell.
that knocked out. Oh God.
Oh yes. Yes, custom colored
Oh
ropes
God, what
is
have we
coming in
started?
2025 with Banter Plus, which will just be very quick and convenient. $29.99 for the first month, and then $48.99 for the next 19 months, and then $9.99 for 9 months, and then $29.99 for lifetime. For a lifetime supply
Very simple.
of an
Can you
extra
repeat
simple
what
rope
you
color.
just said?
Yeah, absolutely. $29.99 for the first month, and then $49.99 for the next 18 months, and then $9.99 for 9 months. I mean, that's simple. Then $29.99 for the rest of your life. That's basically it, and you get free colored ropes as long as it is a shade of
What have we
green.
all
That is,
started
we'll
right
only
now?
do shades of green. So everybody pick your shades. There will be
I
a
have
limited
green.
supply. You have it. Nice, Andre. Honestly, at
I
some
have
point
it.
you'll be able to sell your rope color, you guys. You'll be able to
Yes.
sell it. We're
Oh.
hoping to be the first platform to gross over $1 million on rope color alone. Anybody see that the other day?
Once it's
Counter Strike,
199.
a little AK-47 skin sold for over $1 million. A bloody skin. Oh my god.
I
Do you know what? If I bought
people are
that,
crazy,
if I
but they're
bought that, if I
nice.
spent $1 million on that, do you know what I would do? I'd just delete it.
Ravioli.
Because what the
just
fuck, guys?
God.
Do you know what I mean? It's not worth anything. If you're spending that much money on stuff, who the fuck cares? Make it into a flex, because that's all that it is. Just buy it, delete it, gone. and then yeah, watch as everybody thinks you're completely crazy. Oh
Okay, you got
god.
2 minutes there, Shane. But when I go on the Banter website and I go to events, like when I click on an event, nothing happens. Like I thought I would be able to click on the event and it'll like show a description of what the event is, but when
Yeah.
I go to the website, nothing happens when I click on the event.
Yeah, no, that's honestly good feedback. We need to build that out a bit better. Truthfully, there's no funny response I can give to that other than it sucks a little bit, and we should do better. And I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
Trey.
Yeah,
I'm
and that'll
sorry.
be cool to have it in the. I know you said y'all building a whole new
Menu.
Banter menu. Yeah, so it'll be
Yes.
able, like, will I be able to click on the event and see the description before I RSVP to an event?
So things are going to be evolving, and we have a whole new event screen coming pretty soon after, but you will be able to see the descriptions with the new menu as soon as it launches, because there's a tooltip that now pops up and shows you all of the details as you hover around in the new menu. So that's going to give you something out of the gate, but a full-blown event screen with all of the details and maybe more
Okay.
information, like who's
Yeah,
in
because
there,
I
what
know
they're
it's
doing.
been a talk. It's been an event here in on Banter that's posted, but nobody showed up to it. Like it's no host. It's called talk show. It was called talk show, and they used the open mic space. And I literally went there, and nobody's there. Like, and it's been on there like more than once.
Really?
So I don't know if they reserving their spots for a later date or.
I'll
Yeah,
check
I'm
on
not
that. Honestly, I wasn't aware of that. I'll check in on that.
okay.
I mean, is there a possibility you could have been in another instance if the space were full?
No, I
I'm
was in the
not sure.
same instance. I was in
Right.
the instance number 1, but it was just
Gotcha.
nobody there. I even looked at
Gotcha.
the event list. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay.
Well, I'll check on that. Cheers, Trey.
Yunjiverse. Event starting
thank you.
now.
Oh boy. Oh, we all heard it. That's
Uh,
us. Slap
Yunjiverse.
down those
Event
portals.
starting now.
Thank you very much, everybody. This has been Banter-AMA. We do this once a week. Tip your waitresses. I'll see you tomorrow as well at Tech Waffle, and on Sunday we've got Space Makers, and then after that Banter highlights. But let's all jump in.